Well, our big focus for days, Donald Trump and his White House team had insisted that they were fully committed to their decision to impose these sweeping reciprocal tariffs on dozens of countries. They even derided a report on Tuesday that said that the president was considering a 90-day pause, news that triggered a brief stock market surge. But now that pause on higher tariff rates, with a few notable exceptions, is a reality. The reordering of the global economic order is on hold, and Trump's promise of a golden age of American manufacturing will have to wait, it seems. But the White House says that going big on tariffs and then hitting the pause button before entering negotiations with individual countries was the plan all along. Just listen in to what the US president had to say regarding this 90-day tariff pause, followed by my colleague Nick Harper's report from Washington.
Some economies are saying that right now is technically an embargo on China with 125% tariffs. Are you concerned of escalation beyond the trade war with China?
No, I'm not concerned. I think President Xi is a very smart guy, and I think we'll end up making a very good deal for both. But, you know, we've been treated so badly for so many years. Again, we allowed that to happen. We've been treated so badly for so many years. But no, I don't expect that. I think President Xi is one of the very smart people of the world, and I don't think he'd allow that to happen. And we're very powerful.
A week of turmoil, a week of uncertainty, and a week of falling global markets. All of that changed this Wednesday when Donald Trump on social media said that he was changing course on tariffs, ending those reciprocal tariffs and instead returning to the baseline 10% against all countries around the world, except for against China. He said that he was increasing their tariff to 125%, really for the sole reason that they decided to retaliate and increase tariffs on US goods. Now, there was a suggestion from the White House that this was the plan all along. Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, suggested that Donald Trump was the master tactician in all of this, that his plan had been to pause tariffs, and that was the strategy right from the outset. But Donald Trump himself acknowledged during a meeting with reporters at the White House on Wednesday that this plan came together very quickly on Wednesday morning, largely because of the turmoil on global markets. And the big problem we saw in the course of the last 24 hours, the impact on US treasuries and the bond market, and a very steep selling off of what is seen as a real safe haven for investors. And that really seemed to worry the White House. But there is a huge question about what comes next. For China, there is this potential of escalation of the trade war. We could see more retaliatory moves from China as Beijing decides that it will retaliate with tit-for-tat efforts against the United States. And for all the other countries around the world, it's now time to do a deal. The White House says that more than 70-odd countries have already come forward to say that they want to work out some sort of arrangement with the United States. But it's unclear if that will happen in this 90-day pause period, and if it happens, what exactly the terms will be for those other countries, because the US is saying it's going into this from a position of strength, where it has the upper hand at the negotiating table. There has been a cheer really from Wall Street. At the close, we saw the markets jump to their third highest daily gain since the end of World War II back in 1945. We saw the Dow up nearly 8%, 7.9% up, almost 3,000 points. The S&P up 9.5%, the Nasdaq up 12.2%, the biggest rally for the tech-heavy Nasdaq since 2001. What a difference a day makes for the markets. But will that continue through the coming hours in Asia and in Europe? And will that rally continue on Wall Street during Thursday's trading? Despite the announcement from the White House, there is still many questions about how all of this will play out. And of course, whether the United States can be trusted, because once again, we've seen foreign policy, trade policy being changed in the course of just a single post on social media by the US president. Nick Harper, NDTV, Washington.